So I gotta have my flashlight on anyway, so I thought I'd just go ahead and turn the camera on and get you guys up under here. My transmission pan is leaking right there, as you can see. And I was driving down, I noticed a clunking sound, a rattling sound, carrying on. And right here is your transmission mount. Well, where's it at? Right up there. Let's see if we can get the transmission mount. Right there is the transmission mount. You're supposed to have rubber in there, and the rubber is gone. The leaking transmission fluid has disintegrated the rubber. So I have no transmission mount, and this transmission is just like free balling, bouncing around. So first thing I'm going to do is replace this gasket here. Take the pan loose, replace the gasket. Then we'll replace the transmission mount, which is easy. Undo these two bolts, jack her up, undo the bolts on the transmission here. Pop the new transmission mount in, lower her down, tighten them bolts up, and she's ready to go again. So anyway, we're going to take this off first. I'm going to just take them bolts off. This is a Turbo Hydromatic 350 transmission, a 3-speed automatic that was offered for many, many years from General Motors. I think they offered this transmission from like 66 up until the early, maybe mid-80s. And they had another version of this that was around from the 50s until 66. So this transmission's been around a long time, and they're tough little shits too. Got me a drain pan here to drain my fluid into. Let's get these bolts off. So we'll get these bolts off here real quick. These damn bugs, I swear, man. Oh, wrong way. Really? Is that gonna turn them loose? Well, shit, hang on, I might have to get a ratchet for this. So, anyway, I had the drill going the wrong direction. All those out. Right there, there's your screw right there. There's a screw. So I'm going to pause this. We're going to get all these out real quick. So I got the screws, most of them loose. We're starting to get a little bit of rainfall into the drip pan here. A little bit's going to get exhausted. It's going to be okay, though. It'll dry. I'm going to let this drain like this for a minute. I got two screws or two bolts left. I'm going to leave those for to hold it in place till this drains out a little bit. Got this little transmission waterfall here. Starting to slow down though. So I got the transmission pan clean. Wiped out real good. Wasn't really that dirty, but see this right here? See right there? The transmission filter, a screw had come out and it was scooting around in there. So, and it's a good thing I did decide to do this tonight because she was just barely hanging on. But anyway, got a new filter up in it now. And getting ready to do the gasket. We got the old Pro Turbo Hydromatic 350 transmission gasket here. Now, what I like to do is take some of this stuff right here. I highly recommend this stuff to seal your gaskets up. Copper spray gasket high temp sealant by Permatex. This stuff is amazing. It really, really works. I've never had a gasket leak after using this. It's better than the silicone and all, RTV and all that stuff. This is really good. All you gotta do is just give her a good shake right there, you know. Shake her up real good. And I always just shoot both sides with it. Just shoot both sides real good, and it will look like copper when it's done. But this stuff, and it smells good too. Just spray her real good there. Get the other side here. Get her lined up on the transmission pan real good. Right there. I want to show y'all something real quick though. Transmission with the transmission pan off. I already got the new filter on, but there's your valve body right there you're looking at. That's where all the magic happens. On an older car, the shifting is controlled by the vacuum created from the motor, from this vacuum modulator right there. And it will control how these valves shift to get you into first gear, second gear, or third gear, or reverse. And there's the parking pile right there. That is the selector that selects what gear you're going to be in. There's your filter and all that good stuff. She looks pretty clean to have the miles she's got on her. And I got my transmission fluid in this tub here. You want to save your transmission fluid, your old fluid, because it makes great penetrating fluid. If you got a bolt that's stuck or something, I get you some of these little squeeze bottles, like you put ketchup or mustard in at the grocery store. Put your transmission fluid in there and use it to squirt on stuck bolts, stuff. It'll loosen them right up. Or you can save it. If you work on a lot of junk like I do and you run across a motor that's stuck, you can fill the cylinders full of transmission fluid and it will eat through that rust and break the motor free eventually. So I've had luck with that too. But there's the valve body on my truck right there. And there's a speedometer cable that runs to the speedometer, tells me how fast I'm going. Of course, there's the drive shaft, turns the back wheels, and makes sure go, 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 go. Get this pan on. So the pan's on, got one bolt in there to hold her into place. Now I'm going to work and get these other bolts in here. Get them tightened up. And then we got to tackle this transmission mount right here, because she is shot. So the transmission pan's back on. And I'm not going to put any fluid in this till tomorrow. Let her have time to seal up real good and everything. And then I'll add fluid to it. The Turbo Hydramatic 350 pan, without taking the torque converter off, which is right up there under that cover, if you're just supposed to pan, it will use around 4 quarts of oil of Dexron Mercron transmission fluid. Use about 4 quarts of fluid, and you should be full. Then start her up and run her. You might have to add a little, maybe half a quart more. Just depends, her finicky sometimes. And then she should be good. And never do skimp out on your transmission fluid. Always get good name brand stuff. I've used Valvoline brand transmission fluid in this thing for years with no problems whatsoever. There's my Valvoline hat down there. It keeps coming on my head, but I love Valvoline products. They've always done me good. So, I mean, that motor, almost 400,000 miles, and she still looks clean and spotless inside. No trouble whatsoever. Transmission, too. But anyway, now our next project we've got to do is this transmission mount right here. See where that rubber's all gone? And I've got to undo them 2 bolts, jack the transmission up, get the transmission mount off the transmission right here, pop the new one in, bolt her back down, and should be all set and ready to go. This pan leaked, it disintegrated the rubber on the old transmission mount. This transmission was clunking around and carrying on and everything, making all kinds of weird sounds. I didn't know it and realized my transmission mount was toast. So I got another one. Transmission mount for this thing was $8. The gasket and filter kit was like $14. The fluid was $20. It's easy to do. That's one thing I love about old vehicles. They're easy to work on. You know, you don't have to worry about, you know, computers and everything. But anyway, let's get this transmission mount off here. Over here. Just loosen that. Harbor Freight Pittsburgh ratchet. This thing's been through hell and it's still a good ratchet. I'm trying to do this one-handed and look through my phone too, and it don't work. I should be able to jack the transmission up and get those other bolts out. So the jack's position out of the transmission pair, we're going to jack her up, get it close. We're going to stop right there. Then we're going to put a piece of wood under the jack to act as a cushion between the jack and the pan, so you don't dent the pan up. And we're just going to jack it up enough to get this transmission mount off. Then we'll put the new one on and let her back down again. So transmission mount's off. That's what she looks like. See how that rubber had just disintegrated in there? And there was nothing, no cushion for the transmission to ride on. And it was causing all kinds of grinding sounds and stuff. There's transmission with the transmission mount off. I'll get the new one. We're going to compare the new one to the old one and see the difference in them here. Can I pause this? What am I doing here? Shit. First of all, make sure they gave us the right part. There's the old transmission mount. Here is the new one. O'Reilly's is usually good about giving me the right parts. Usually the best ones. Now, check this out. The difference between the old one and the new one. Look at that. Like all this shit was gone. That's a whole lot better. She's solid in the middle. So they are exactly the same transmission mount. Want to make sure of that. So we'll get this bad boy put back on and wrap this up here. Wanna look at me? I look pretty rough, don't I? Anyway, there's a. Let's get this back on. So the brand new mount is mounted to the transmission. So we're going to lower her down back onto this cross member here. Put those bolts back in. We'll wipe this grease off here first, though, and then I guess we'll wait and see if she leaks anymore or not with that new gasket on. It shouldn't. But I'm going to put fluid in it tomorrow like I was talking about because give it to everything time to seal up. You know. So hang on just a minute. So I cleaned her off real good. Or the best I can. Oh, that don't look clean right there, does it? I need to re-clean that. Hang on a minute. That don't look clean at all. That's about as good as I'm going to get it because I need some brake cleaner or carburetor cleaner spray, and I don't have any. And, of course, Walmart ain't open 24 hours anymore, and, you know, we really need 24-hour auto parts stores, and we don't have those either. We really need 24-hour auto parts stores. When you need something at 3 in the morning, you should be able to go get it, because when you can't, is when you get the welder and the clothes hangers and all that stuff, I can start getting creative, doing stuff that shouldn't be done under a vehicle. All right, so we're going to lower her down here real quick, real nice and easy. If I can turn the jack with one hand, I can't, so I'm going to pause it. And now she's lowered, and I think the holes are going to line up too, which is perfect. So we're going to put our bolts in here, and this girl's done. And I'm not going to sugarcoat shit for y'all. This is a bitch to get lined up. It don't want to line up here. I got to take a crowbar and move it over. It's almost 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm fat. I'm drunk. I'm sore. I'm crawling out from under this thing 20 times. This is not fun. And it's about to piss me off. We're on the downhill swing, though. We're going to get her done here. So just bear with me. I'm going to pause it again. Do y'all ever just have a tool in your hand and you can't find it? And you feel all around for it and you're like in a comfortable spot and you don't want to move. And you just lay there like, I can't find the tool. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I can't find the tool. And I don't want to move. Well, I can't find my crowbar and I really don't want to move right now, but gotta have it. Finish that up. Move her over. I'm sore, guys. God, this is not fun when you get over 45. I'm not saying I'm old. I'm not going to say the O word. But I'm just saying, this is... Ooh, look where the the transmission mount was bad. Look where it's been rubbing right there. Yeah, wow. Okay, that's what explains some of the clunking sound. Well, anyway, got a bolt started. Got to find the other one. Don't know where it fell. So anyway, with a little persuasion from the crowbar and a little cussing, we got her lined up and got the transmission mount bolts tightened up good and tight. There won't be an apple pie video tonight because I'm sore and I'm tired and it's almost 6 o'clock in the morning. The mock apple pie I'll do later on this week with my niece. I'm going to get my little 3-year-old niece. I'm going to get her to help me make it, taste test it, because you know a 3-year-old is going to be the most honest taste tester ever. Would have done it tonight, but I had to get this done. I started this at like 1:30 in the morning and just now getting done. It's almost 6. Been a complicated little process, but got a new transmission mount on there. Got a new transmission oil pan gasket. We got right up in there, we're starting to get a valve cover gasket leak. So that's the next thing. The joy of driving an old vehicle is always having to fix a leak or something, because they're always going to do it. Always keep you hopping, but in the long run, you know you're keeping a classic on the road, and it's easy to do. This wasn't that bad. Anyway, I probably wonder, why didn't I do this earlier? Well, where I work night shift, where I work third shift, I'm used to being awake in the middle of the night, and that's when I work my best. I sleep during the day and stay awake during the night, so that's when I do my stuff. Anyway, there she is. You probably didn't learn shit from this, and that's fine with me. But I just want to take y'all along on the journey of replacing a transmission pan gasket. So there she is. In the morning, there'll be a part 2 to this video. When I get up tomorrow, we'll fill her up with fluid, and I'll take y'all on a little tour of my hometown, Clinton Highway, specifically. Show you what's hopping and popping up on Clinton Highway while we test drive our new transmission mount. Make sure we don't have any weird clunks or cranks. But anyway, everybody, I hope y'all have had fun. Thanks for bearing with me. Hope y'all have a good night, and I'll talk to y'all later. And as a bonus here, when you need to wash them nasty ass piles, get some Zap Cherry Bomb Industrial Hand Cleaner. Stuff smells good, it cleans good. And hell yeah, them piles are good and clean now. Woohoo! Zap Cherry Bomb Hand Cleaner. It's good shit.